And, you know, a lot of people don't realize I was in the business in wrestling 15 years before that. So I had 15 years experience before I became Paul Bearer. So I certainly wasn't a newbie to the business or anything. It was just all good. It was all good, especially the paychecks. That was a change from the latter years in Dallas, for sure.
Yeah.
We didn't know where our next meal was coming from back in those days.
Were you surprised that character took off so quickly?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was, and I thought you was going to ask. Usually, I get asked, did we have any idea what it was going to turn into? You know, did we have any idea that Undertaker was going to be around for 20 years and have a 17-year winning streak at WrestleMania, at our first WrestleMania? Because me and Taker started at WrestleMania 7 in Los Angeles. His opponent was Jimmy Superfly Snuka, as a matter of fact. That was WrestleMania 7. What WrestleMania are we fixing to have now? 27?
27, yeah.
That's be 20 years. 20 WrestleManias. Man. No, we didn't have a clue. God. I'm glad we didn't know. What a ride.
Yeah, when you look at some of the other gimmicks, like you mentioned before, like Doink the Clown, and you had your barbers and your plumbers, and I would kind of liken it to sort of a weirder gimmick like that, but that was kind of the one that really stuck around.
Exactly, and without a doubt, the Undertaker gimmick is the, there'll never be another. I just can't ever see another gimmick. In my mind, he's the ultimate gimmick. There'll never be another gimmick that would last 20-plus years, because it's not over yet by far. Certainly not over. So that's why I say 20-plus years.
Would you say
Don't
that...
get quiet.
They're all in...
I ain't heard Two-Ton say a word.
I asked you a few questions. What the hell?
Well, you better come over with another. I'm going to hang up.
Oh, man. Did you experience any kind of like jealousy or bad feelings from any of the other wrestlers when Undertaker was... it seems like he just kind of got pushed and he was just to the top right away. Was that...
Yeah, I'm sure, not that I'm aware of, but knowing the business like I do, hell yeah, it was there. It was certainly there. But I didn't give it a shit. I didn't have to give it a shit. I just done my thing. Like I said, I'd already been in the business 15 years, and in my mind, I had paid my dues, and I certainly had paid my dues. So I didn't care what anybody had to say, because my niche was sealed at that point. My destiny was sealed. And but I'm damn sure, like I said, I didn't see it, but knowing the business, yeah, there had to be.
Yeah.
There certainly had to be.
Mm-hmm.
What's that fat SOB doing getting a push like that, Thank God for my ugly face and that squeaky voice,
I disagree.
Oh.
Ashley's got a bit of a crush on you.
You don't even
know.
Oh, my God. Like, I tell people all the time, I'm going to marry Paul Bearer. Like, I'm going to be Miss... I just told someone today at work, I will be Mrs. Bearer.
Well, my wife passed away here 16 months ago, so I'm a single man.
Woo!
You got a chance, girl. You're right time, right place.
I need to take it. Sorry, boys. I'm going with Paul Bearer.
You got my email address?
I'll get it.
Go to my website, and my email address is on there. Give me a holler.
Get to the airport.
It was actually it was actually really cute. Dustin and I, for our 1-year anniversary, he gave me the Paul Bearer action figure because I'm so in love with Paul Bearer.
Well, I appreciate that. That's a compliment. I thank you. Yeah, I lost my wife. We were married 30 years. She passed away to breast cancer on January 31st, 2009, just about 16 months ago. And she had been with me that whole ride from the very beginning, when I first started in the business, all the way through all the years. And we were blessed to have two wonderful sons, and they're now married, and I have 2 wonderful granddaughters. And I don't know what I'd do without my family here. It's been a rough road without my wife the last 16 months. Because she was always there for me, somebody I could always come home and bitch at. And she always understood. Just let me bitch. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're sorry to hear that.
And then I'm sure she was happy when she took me to the airport and sent me off on the road again. He's gone. Thank God he's gone.
You were there for quite a while, up until even 2000, right? And then you were kind of written off TV for a while. What was the story behind that?
But even when I wasn't on TV, I'm still under a contract with Vince. I'm under a Legends contract now.
Okay.
I have been for 6 years. In fact, they just extended that here in the last few months. I've been doing some work on some new video games that are going to be released in the fall, and some other DVD stuff that I'm working on. So when you've been associated with that gimmick, the Undertaker, and been working for Vince as long as I have, you just don't turn your back and walk away.
Right.
So I've been, even when I haven't been on TV, for a year or so, I was working in developmental. Back in the day when Smoky Mountain Wrestling was going and Memphis Wrestling was going. We had like 5 farm clubs at that time, and I was traveling around when Taker was doing the American Badass gimmick. My fat ass wouldn't fit in the sidecar of that motorcycle. They had to put me on the road. I guess Two-Tongue can understand that. That'd have been a hell of a picture, right? They had to butter me up to squeeze me in the sidecar. But I was on the road doing other things. I was working backstage as an agent, and I was on the road with developmental and stuff. And even when I wasn't on TV, I was still working for the company. I just wasn't on TV with Taker there for a long, for a while. Just back and forth. But you never know. Never say never.
Yeah, then they buried you in cement when they brought you back. What was?
Yeah, I'm still picking cement out of my ass, out of my ears, and out of my nose.
Do you think you'll ever be back on TV again with him before he ends up his career? I'm sure he's probably going to be retiring here in the next, I would say, 10 years at the very latest.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, you were very safe saying 10 years, wasn't you?
Yeah, well, I know you guys are close friends, so I don't want you.
Yeah. No, I would never say never. You just don't ever know. It's certainly, you just don't know. You just don't know. It's certainly a possibility. I would never say no.
Well, hopefully you wind up back up there again. That would be cool to see you on TV.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would. But you just never know. You never know.
And you're still doing the independent circuits, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm doing quite a bit of traveling. I've been going out to California quite often. I've been working with the NWA out in California, Arizona. I've been doing a lot of these legend conventions. I'm sure y'all familiar with those. These legend fan fests that they have. I'm going to be part of the big NWA fan fest in Charlotte in August. That's going to be a massive one. Have y'all been reading any publicity on that one?
I've seen some things. Yeah, I don't know if we'll. Yeah. That's kind of a drive for us, but.
But if you'll be there.
It's a massive one. I was up in New York not too long ago, New Jersey. I was in Charleston, West Virginia here a couple weeks ago. I've been traveling, for some of the small organizations, like I said, doing some of these Legends conventions and stuff. But I'm still involved in wrestling, that's for sure. I mean, once you've been in it at this level, you just don't walk away. Especially if you've been in 30+ years like me.
Right.
I'm not going nowhere. I love it. It's my passion. That's my life. That's what paid my bills most of my adult life. There's nothing like wrestling. You guys know that because look what y'all doing.
What are your thoughts on kind of the way the business has evolved since when it was back in the territory days?
I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts. It's just, gosh, it's 2010. Things evolved.
Right.
Back in the days when I broke in, there wasn't any cable television. There wasn't any internet. All we had was the magazines that came out once a month. And, God, because of the territory system, you didn't know, what existed in the other parts of the country, unless you did or were a fan of the magazines, the after mags and stuff back in those days. But it certainly has evolved, and I as far as the good or bad, I don't know what to say. I really don't, because I'm still a part of it, A lot of guys couldn't adjust. Thank God I was able to adjust.
Yeah.
A lot of guys couldn't adjust, and they just turn out to be a bunch of bitter old men. All they do is talk bad about the business. But I'm not going to talk bad about it. We have a lot of fantastic young talent on the scene now that are great, and a lot waiting in the wings. There's more good things to come. So I'm enjoying traveling around the country, seeing a lot of the new young talent, and they have the same exact dream that I had, 35 years ago. There's no difference in the dream that they dreamed, the dream that I had. It's just the business has certainly changed, and it's mainly due to the internet, cable TV, and just the loss of the territory system.
Well, let's hope that we'll see you back on TV sometime soon. You can start managing the new Undertakers, or.
Well, I'm on TV in other parts of the country, but just on a smaller area.
Right.
We're on KTLA in Los Angeles, in St. Louis, Kansas City, Missouri, and some other places. But Yeah, like I said, I'll never say never. You'll never know when I might pop up. Certainly a possibility.
All right, do you guys have any other questions? Ashley's over here trembling.
Bless her. Come on, Ash. But seriously, when y'all get real bored, go to check my website out, percypringle.com. And I'm real approachable, and I answer all my email, and sometimes it might take me a couple days. But I'm proud that I do answer all my email myself, and you'll find a lot of stuff out there on there. You'll see a lot of pictures of me and Taker, stuff that you don't see anywhere else. Most of them are my private collection, pictures and stories, and so you can get real bored. Check it out.
Excellent.
And holler, drop me an email.
Definitely.
Drop me an email.
All right. Do you have any parting words for us?
I just want to say it's been a pleasure and talking to you guys, and I thank you for inviting me on your show. And I can certainly appreciate what you guys do. And give me a holler if you ever want me on again. Scream at me.
Oh, we will.
Just scream, hey, Percy! Yeah. We need you again. Okay.
All right.
Well, y'all have a good night, and we like I said, I certainly appreciate what you do, and I want to thank all the fans and supporters out there that's been there all these years, and I'll just tell you that the ride's not over yet, so just hang on. Hang on tight. All right, guys. Well, I can smell some good spaghetti coming out of my kitchen.
Oh, all right.
So it's time for me to go try to catch up with 2 tons.
Sounds good.
Again, I used to weigh 2 tons before I had gastric bypass surgery 6 years ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I lost 240 pounds.
Oh man.
Wow.
I weighed 525 pounds at my max.
Damn.
I had gastric bypass surgery in 03, I think, 04, and I lost my memory too, as you can tell.
He slimmed down, Ashley.
I lost
I still want
240
him.
pounds. But I'm fixing to go eat me some spaghetti.
All right.
All right.
So y'all take
good.
care, and we appreciate you. All right.
Thank
No
you.
problem. Thank
God
you.
bless. Y'all have a good night.
You
You
too.
too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.